उपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुनविषादयोगः। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय।
Mahodaya, third chapter, first shloka you will read.
अस्तु महोदय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच ध्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव।
Dhanyavada Mahodaya. Welcome all to Gita session, and I wish you all happy Gita Jayanti. That is today's Markshish Ekadashi, all of you know, and all of we have celebrated Gita Jayantis in our localities. It is the day when this divine Amrita Dhara, that is the Gita Amrita, came from Krishna's mouth. So it is celebrated everywhere in India as a Gita Jayanti today. Today being the Markshish Ekadashi, and this day it was uh, preached or taught to Arjuna. So I wish you all happy Gita Jayanti, and every year we'll set a resolution that by next year I'll be learning, by next year Gita Jayanti, I'll be learning more than what I have learned so far. So let us have that resolution and try to learn more and more Gita, whether it is chanting or knowing the meanings or implementing the things that we have already learned. So in any way, in our own abilities, we can do something by the next Gita Jayanti compared to my own ability. So I'll be learning more next time. So like that, let us have some resolution, and with that, we'll start today's class. So we have finished Sankhya Yoga, and all of you know that Sankhya Yoga was like index of entire Bhagavad Gita. So a brief introduction of each chapters, like Sankhya Yoga means, you know, it is about Atma Swarupa, and all those things. And then Kshatra Dharma Varnana was there, and then Karma Yoga thing description, little bit of Karma Nevadikar, the shlokas are there, and then Bhakti Yoga is there, and then Chitta Prajna Lakshanas are there. So entire 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, it is like a brief introduction is given in second chapter. And after that, what we are reading now onwards, so this chapter is Karma Yoga. So it entirely discusses about Karma Yoga, how to perform action, and what are our own actions, what are our own duties, and how to perform our duties. All these things come under this chapter. So Krishna, Arjuna asks, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani gore mam niyojesi keshava. So in spite of listening to two adhyayas, Arjuna still has so many confusions, and he's asking Krishna, hey Krishna, if you feel that, or if your opinion is that Jnana Yoga is superior to Karma Yoga, then why you are engaging me in this horrible or terrible action of doing yuddha against my own people? Gorev kim maam niyojesi he Keshava. He Keshava, why you are forcing me to do this, which is such a horrible act which I don't want, or such a cruel act it is, and why you are asking me to do this? So that is the question raised by Arjuna. And here Arjuna has misunderstood some of the shlokas of the previous chapter. So Krishna had told once in second chapter, Durena hevaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjayam. Durena means too much, he avaram, uh, inferior, karma, buddhi yoga dhananjaya. The meaning of this line is karma is much inferior than buddhi yoga. So here Arjuna thinks karma as karma yoga and buddhi yoga as jnana yoga. So he thinks that jnana yoga is much superior to karma yoga. If so, then why Krishna is asking me to do yuddha? So yuddha comes under karma yoga, action, performing duty. So then, if Jnana Yoga is Sreshta, if Jnana Yoga is superior, then let me go for that. Then why I should do this Yuddha? So he's asking, Hey Keshava, Kimmam Ghore Karmani Niyojesi, why you are making me to do this Ghora Yuddha, this horrible, this terrible, this cruel Yuddha, why I should do? So that is the question. But it is total misinterpretation of what Krishna told. So the meaning of that shloka was Durena hi avaram karma. Here, karma means not karma yoga. Karma means sakama karma. Karma means doing action with expectation. So, Krishna is telling doing action with expectation is much inferior to Buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga is also again not Jnana yoga. Buddhi yoga is after performing action, whatever comes, the result, tat tat prapya shubha shubham. So, then accepting that with samatva, that is state of equilibrium. So whether it is a failure or rejection, or it is success, defeat, or victory, so accepting the things as it comes, so having with the state of equilibrium, that is called as buddhi yoga. So again that comes under karma yoga only, but Krishna Arjuna is getting confused. It as buddhi yoga is jnana yoga and karma as karma yoga, and he is thinking that Krishna is telling Jnana Yoga is Sreshta compared to Karma Yoga. But it's not like that. Krishna is telling Buddhi Yoga is much superior to Sakama Karma. That is doing work with expecting things out of our work. So that Krishna has told. And Krishna has never told that give up the work, don't do your duty. He never told. He told that do your duty and don't expect any result from that. So he says that while you are doing work, sometimes you may get jaya, sometimes you may get apajaya, sometimes victory and sometimes defeat. So don't worry for that. So sometimes people may praise you, sometimes people may blame you, but then also you have samatva buddhi. So you just surrender to samatva buddhi and go on doing your job. That's what Krishna has told. But Arjuna is thinking that Arjuna is somehow trying to escape from yuddha, so he is interpreting it as he wishes. We people also do many times. We do interpretation as we like it, as it is convenient to us. So that is a human tendency. So Arjuna is also doing like that. Right now he is finding it very difficult to fight the war. But he is telling that it is Ghora karma. Yes, it is Ghora karma, but sometimes people or a person has to do his kartavya, even if it is Ghora, whatever, he has to do it. Because suppose even today, in today's scenario also, we have seen a judge, even if his own son is the culprit, then he has to give him the death punishment sometimes. So the lawyers, the police, so even if they are their own children or their own siblings or whatever, so they have to give the correct decision. They have to be on the righteous side always. So that may be ghora, but then also they have to perform their duty. They cannot be have any attachment there. So many times we may not like our duty, but then also we must do it. If we take a small examples, also a teacher, no, if she is a mother, if her son is there in the class, no mother likes to give 0 marks to her son, but son has not done anything, then she must give 0 marks, or she must punish him severely if he has done any wrong things. So she may feel sad, the mother may feel sad when the child really cries. So the mother may feel sad, but then also to teach that child a lesson, one has to be very strict. In the same way, doctor should conduct operation even though there is blood loss or anything, any other pain for the patient. So there are so many instances in our daily life where we have to hurt people because we know that what we are doing is right. So if we are on the side of dharma, then we should not care if others are getting hurt also, because in order to do our kartavya, do our duty, so we have to do all these things. So that in the same way here, Arjuna has to punish his own people because they are on the wrong side. So he cannot say that they are my people, so how can I do that? He has to give away the attachments and then he must fight the war. That's what Krishna is trying to tell here. So he doesn't want to do war. He is telling that घोरे कर्मणि माम किम नियोजयसि केशव, हे केशव, why you are forcing me to do this ghora karma? But he is not realizing that it is his kartavya, so he has to do, however horrible or terrible his kartavya may be, but he has to do it. So that he is taking little time to realize. Mahodaya, agre patatu kripaya.
अस्तु महोदय। व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्।
Ah, धन्यवाद महोदय. So Vamishreneva Vakyena. So he Arjuna is thinking that everything is mixed up. Vamishra, so confusing. So you are bewildering my understanding by contradictory teaching. So Arjuna is thinking that Krishna tells once Karma Yoga is Sreshta. Krishna tells that Jnana Yoga is Sreshta, and he is asking me to do Yuddha. How is it? It is so contradictory. Both things are. If Jnana Yoga is Sreshta, then how is asking me to do Yuddha? So he's telling, Vamishreneva Vakyana Buddhim Mohaya Sivame. So my mind is getting so confused. So you are giving totally opposite statements. Tadekam Vadanischitya. Yena Shreyaha Aham Apnuyam. Previous shlokas also he has told twice. Yat Shreyaha Nischitam Bruhi Tanme. So again he is telling now, Yat Shreyaha Yena Nischitya Vada. So kindly clarify and tell me with certainty what would be beneficial for me. That's what is the translation of the shloka. So let us see why Arjuna thinks so. Why Arjuna is uh, getting mixed up with the things. Why is getting so confused? It is because in the Sitaprajna shlokas, we have seen that in the Sitaprajna Lakshanas, Krishna says यदा संहरते चायं कुर्मोंगानीव सर्वशः इंद्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. So a turtle, what it does, it has got a peculiar ability the nature has given it. So in search of food, it just expands, spreads its limbs, that is legs or whatever. So it will be very freely moving in water in search of food, but it has got an ability to sense the danger or sense the enemy, one who can catch and eat it. So once it senses, it realizes that some big crocodile or something is coming, so it just withdraws all the limb senses like a rock. We have seen while uh, studying that Staprajna shloka. So when the turtle sees the Shatru, so it just withdraws the limbs. So Sita Prajna also does so. We have seen Sita Prajna when he senses that there is something danger. So Sita Prajna, otherwise he also is moving like a common man. But when he senses some danger, someone is forcing him to do some wrong actions. So then what he does? He just withdraws all his senses and he sits. So then now Arjuna's doubt is, so now in front of me also enemies are there, Shatru is there. So why I should not withdraw my limbs and sit? Krishna himself is telling that Sita Prajna Lakshanas are like that. So then he is asking me to become Sita Prajna. Then why I should not withdraw my limbs and sit? Why I should fight? Because my Shatrus are here. I can sense the presence of the Shatrus. So why I should not do so? And then also in Sitaprajna Shloka only Krishna says Raga Dvesha Yuktaihi, and then Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha Sitadir Muniruchate. Na Dveshti, na Nabhinandati na Dveshti. So one who doesn't hate anyone, he is called as Sitaprajna. And then one who is free from Raga, Bhaya and Krodha, he is called as Sitaprajna. So Krishna has told the Sitaprajna Lakshanas that you shouldn't hate anybody, you should not get anger. So vita raga bhaya krodha you should give up, attachment you should give up, and also hatredness na dveshti, hatredness you should give up. Then Arjuna is thinking, okay, so I shouldn't hate anyone now, so I don't hate Kauravas no more. So Krishna is asking me to forgive everything. Krishna is asking me to make my heart clean, so I will forgive these Kauravas. Then why I should fight? So I have totally forgiven them and I will forget that incident, and I don't want to hate anyone, and I don't want to have anger or any emotions, any negative emotions. Then why I should fight? So this is the question, and such kind of questions come to our mind also when we read Gita. We also feel that how is it Krishna is telling like this, and how is it? So as a common people, all these doubts come to us. But when we read entire Gita and when we read it again and again, then we realize that there is no contradictory statements given by Krishna. So all are supporting to each other. All the statements are supporting to each other. There are no contradictions. But in the beginning, Arjuna also feels that because Arjuna, his mind is so confused, he also has become, otherwise, he is very wise man. But now this is a weak moment for him, so he is also confused like us. Maybe Krishna wants to explain all these doubts that come in our mind. So he has, the Arjuna is being made instrumental, and this divine knowledge to just share this knowledge with us. Uh, Arjuna is asking these questions. So, because Arjuna is just instrumental and Krishna is clarifying all our doubts through Arjuna. Arjuna is asking the doubts which come in our minds also. So, Ragadvesha Vivuktahi, if he has to give up Dvesha, then why he should fight? So there again there is a misunderstanding. So Krishna says that suppose if you think that it is the yuddha between two sets of cousins, then the question of forgiving your cousins or forgetting the sins, all those things for Duryodhana's sins, all those things come. But this yuddha is for establishment of dharma. So for this, yes, you have to give up raga, dvesha, everything, because to do any work successfully, you should not have any raga, dvesha or anything. So make your mind chitta shuddhi, make the chitta shuddhi, give up all raga, dvesha, and then fight again. After doing all these things, Krishna is telling fight the war. So after teaching everything, yuddhaswa, yuddhaya, uttishta. So like that he keeps telling, because kartavya, he has to do his kartavya, because this is dharma yuddha. So Arjuna has to establish dharma. His motherland is snatched by someone. It's like more or less like how we had our freedom movement during Britishers time. So that is something divine, that is something desha bhakti, so one has to do it. So now uh, kartavya parayanata he is telling. So suppose there is a person, a layman, so who used to do hanging. So when there is death punishment, so nowadays I think I heard that all electrical things have come, but earlier uh, literally they used to take a rope and hang the person. So for that, a common layman, he was a worker, he used to be there to do that job. So that person who used to uh, tie the rope on the neck of the culprit, so he has no enmity with that person. Sometimes he may not be knowing what that person has done. It's all the judgment given by the Supreme Court. So that person is a layman, so he is no way related to that. So how he does that? Nirlipta bhavena. So he is neither attached to that person, nor he hates that person, nor he has knowledge about what the act he has done. But what he is doing, the layman, he is doing his duty. So he has to do his duty. Suppose that, and the rule was in ancient time, the rule was in one go it has to, he should just cut the neck, otherwise he would be punished. So in one go he has to do it, that it should be done in a perfect way. So that person, his duty was that in entire his life he might have done so many acts like this, but he never feels guilty because it is his duty, he is paid for that. So it is his kartavya to do that. Someone has to do it, no? So if the court gives a judgment, then someone has to do it. So he is doing it. So he is doing it with nirlipta bhava. So just he is doing his duty. So Krishna is asking Arjuna to do his yuddha with that bhava, with nirlipta bhava, without any hatredness, without any anger, without any uh, negative emotions in the heart. So just for establishment of dharma, just with the duty conscious mind, Arjuna has to fight the war without any attachment to the war. That is, I have to win it, I must win it, or I must die, or I must kill others. Nothing. Just put your 100% effort and go on doing this with the yuddha, because it is your kartavya. That's what Krishna is asking Arjuna to do. So tadekam vada nishchitya ena shreyaha aham apnuyam. So Arjuna is asking, So tell me only one thing very clearly, so with which I will get success. So I will be out of this confusion. Ask. And Krishna is telling him everything, how to make chitta shuddhi, how to have samatva yoga, how to have karma yoga, how to have nishkama karma, everything. But then again he says, do yuddha. Yuddhaya yuddhasva. So that's what he's telling. That is, before going to yuddha, before doing any action, if we are free from all these emotions, then we can do it in a perfect way. That's what Krishna is trying to tell here. So Mahodaya, agre pathatu.
अस्तु महोदय। श्रीभगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्।
Dhanyavada Mahodaya. So,
Krishna Vivita Nishta Vivita Nishta.
uh, Arjuna is asking Krishna to tell him clearly what is good for him. So it's like a patient when he's sick, he doesn't know what medicine he should take. So he goes to doctor and asks, "Give me a good medicine." In the same way, Arjuna doesn't know what he needs right now. So he asks Krishna, "So prescribe something, some good medicines to me, or tell me the right path which I should follow, and I can become successful."
Yeah.
जय श्री गणेश भगिनी, हाँ धन्यवाद भगिनी. सो अस्मिन् लोके द्विविधा निष्ठा. हे अनघा, हे पापरहित. अनघा is sinless or paparahita. So two ways, that is Pura means in the beginning of creation, twofold path of devotion was given by me to the world. That is the path of knowledge, that is the of the men of contemplation and understanding, and one more is the path of action. That is jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. So for the Sankhyas, those who are interested in Sankhya Yoga, for them I have given Jnana Yoga. So and then for yogi nam, for the yogis, I have given karma yoga. So two things, two nishthas, two paths, two ways, two methods I have given. At the time of Srishti only, I have given these two. Hey Anagha, hey Arjuna, that is Paparahita Arjuna. So two ways, two routes, two margas are given by me, and one is Sankhya Yoga and one is Karma Yoga. Now Krishna gives the uh, description of Karma Yoga and Sankhya Yoga. We'll see what are those things. So there are two things. One is Jnana Nishtha and one is Karma Nishtha. So what is this? To understand this, let us take the example of the modern world for these two, and then we'll go to the uh, philosophy, adhyatmika things. Okay, so the jnana nishtha is something which is inward journey, and karma nishtha is something bahirmukha, that is one who does action packed, one who does karma in front of us. But this jnana yogi, what he does, so he's, see, both these are not separate, both are together. But in jnana nishtha, jnana is more, it is followed by karma. In karma nishtha or karma yoga, karma is more, but there also jnana is there. So they are not separate at all, they are supporting each other. So in jnana yoga, jnana is more and it is followed by karma. In karma yoga, karma is more, and then again there also it is followed by jnana. So if we take the modern example, so a jnana yogi is a person who is very enthusiastic, who has curiosity to know the world. So whatever he sees, so he tries to understand what this thing is made up of. Suppose he sees a human body, then he starts thinking with what it is made up of. So he realizes that it is made up of cells, made up of organ system, digestive system, circulatory system, nervous system, and all those things he starts studying. He's so curious to know how it works. Suppose you give a radio, a car. So what he does, he looks into the parts, and then he sees, he studies, he learns how they're assembled and how they work, how the radio work, how the car work. and then he does deep research into that, how he can improve that. So he comes to a conclusion, he does series of experiments, and then he prepares his own model of car, a better version, his own model of radio, a better version. And then he doesn't sit quietly there. If he sits quietly, then that is only Sankhya Yoga. But he shares that knowledge to the world. So then it is like Karma Yoga. And then what he does, he designs, he gives a design for a new car model. Suppose if we assume that it's a car model, or and then what the Karma Yogi does, so whatever knowledge this Jnana Yogi has given, Karma Yogi starts producing so many cars and he ensures that it reaches the public. So that's also a great job. And Karma Yogi also should have the knowledge. So whatever this Jnana Yogi has given design, Karma Yogi sees that and he produces that in many numbers, and he does all quality check and everything, and ensures that it reaches each and every people, every individual. So both of them, their aim is to help the society, their aim is to help people, and they are working together. So one is taking charge of R&D, that is research and development or design, and one more is taking the charge of production. So both together are doing their duty, and their aim or ambition is to serve the society. So this is how the Karma Yogi, and Karma Yogi is definitely having knowledge, and Jnana Yogi is definitely doing karma. So the Jnana Yogi, one who does research, so he is also working rigorously, is working in the laboratory. So we cannot say that he is not doing any karma. He is doing karma, and also he is doing research. So we call him as Jnana Yogi. And Karma Yogi also, he cannot keep doing only work. He has knowledge, so he can produce that. So both of them go together. So they are not separate. They are supportive to each other. Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. So this is how these two work. And when we come to the Adhyatmika Jagat, the spiritual world, so Sankhya Yoga means, we have seen in the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga or a Jnani, what he does, he always thinks about who am I, from where I have come, and what is death, where I'll go after death, what is Atma, and he studies the Swarupa of Atma. We have seen Nainam Chindanti, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dhati Pavakaha, all those things, Hanyate, Hanyamane, Sharire. So it is indestructible, all those things. So he starts learning about these things, and he starts learning about how to reach Brahman, how to merge with Brahman, what is moksha, what is salvation, what is dukkha, and how to get rid of dukkha. So all that comes under Sankhya Yoga. And then he is totally engrossed in doing research on these things. So that is called as Sankhya Yoga. But he doesn't stop there. So whatever he has found, so he will share with his students, with the society, so that it helps the society. So then what Karma Yogi does? So Karma Yogi does, he starts with action. Karma Yogi starts with action. He believes in action, but slowly when he does karma, then he realizes that when he does karma, if he does it with expectation, then he always sees sorrow. So he has to do the work without any expectation, and slowly he realizes that when he does work, he has to put 100% effort, and even in spite of putting 100% effort, he should be ready to accept whatever the result comes. So all these things a karma yogi goes on learning. So that is called as again Jnana Yoga. So karma yoga and accepting the result with samatva state of equilibrium comes under Jnana Yoga. So karma, uh, after doing performing karma, slowly he also goes towards Jnana Yoga. Jnani starts with Jnana Yoga and he comes towards Karma Yoga. So both these are two routes to have salvation, to have moksha, to have peace of mind, and to have inner peace. So that's what is Krishna telling. So I have given two things he says. So actually here in this shloka it is two things, but next we'll see Bhakti Yoga is also there, Jnana Yoga is there, Dhyana Yoga is there. Then we may think, why so many? It is because there are infinite number of people on this earth. So each individual have his own choice, his own aptitude, his own natural instinct. So each and everyone have their own choices according to their abilities and other things. So Krishna feels that let them choose anything as long as their ambition, their goal is same, that is to get salvation, to get Brahman. So if that is their goal, to get that, to merge with Brahman, Brahmi Sthiti, then let them come through any route. Bhakti Marga is also good, Dhyana Marga is good, Jnana Marga is good, Karma Yoga is good. So let them come with any path. These are only different paths to have a same goal. So Krishna has given so many margas to attain moksha. And in Karma Yoga, as we have seen in this adhyatmika way, when we do this karma yoga, so karma yogi has to do it according to his varna, ashrama, swabhava, and paristhiti. So karma is done according to all these things. That's why we need so many paths, because it cannot be same for each and every one. So I hope you know varnas. So chaturvarnam maya srishtaha, Krishna only tells in Bhagavad Gita in later chapters. So that is brahmana, uh, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. All the four of these are pillars for a healthy society. Even today, it's there. That is, all they work together for a healthy society. So, Brahmana, Brahmam, Anatiti Brahmanaha, one who seeks knowledge, one who knows about Brahma, one who always try to merge with Brahma, that is Brahmana. That is Adhyana and Adhyapana, one who learns, perpetual learning and teaching, one who always learns and teaches, that is Brahmana, and one who uh, preserves the Vedas, the Upanishads, and just passes it to next generation. One who carry forwards that to next generation is called as Brahmana. And then what Kshatriya does? So Kshatriya's dharma is to protect. So kshatrayate, kshat means wound. So this may be physical wound or mental wound of his people. So protect, trayate is protect. The protect people from the injuries or any pain. It is the dharma of Kshatriya. So to protect his people from any pain or injuries, that is dharma of Kshatriya. To protect his motherland, so that is the dharma of Kshatriya. And then the traders, the Vaishyas are the traders, and they also do the most essential thing. The crops are grown in the field, from the field to our doorstep. The clothes, the shop, the clothes or the food grains or the vegetables or the medicines, whatever. So from the place of manufacture to our doorstep, it is the trader who helps us to get those things. So they play a very major important role. Business class people, traders, shopkeepers, although come under this, all these come under these categories. And the last is the shudras, and they are like pillars for us. As we know, they are the ones who construct the buildings, ones who do the ground level work, road construction, building construction, to run any institution. So we know that in a school or anything, there are so many helpers to help us. Without them, a day also cannot go. There can be a day without a principal of the school, but there cannot be a day without the helpers in the school. So they are the pillars. So all these four are pillars for a society, and even today it is there. So these are occupation vritti, occupation based. So people do their choose their work according to their aptitude. Ashrama, we know, brahmacharya, uh, grahasthashrama, vanaprastha and sannyasa. So brahmacharya is the stage where a person has to have perfect control over his senses. It is really tough life. So he has to earn vidya, he has to do guru seva, he had to stay in gurukula, and he had to go to forest and bring that wild wood and this firewood, and then do guru seva, do cooking and everything he used to do. And he used to learn everything. So that was little hard life. He was not allowed to have comfortable life during those time. And then grihastha, earning to his maximum capacity, enjoying maximum, and responsibility also will be maximum. That is grahastha, the young age. So that is the the person when he enjoys his life, and then comes the Vanaprastha. So earlier they used to give everything to their children and go to Vana, but today in today's context it's not possible. But it is better to give all the responsibilities to the children, and then be associated more with spiritual things. So when the responsibilities are done, when children are grown up, it's better just delegate the work to them and be detached from the family and be engaged in doing service to the society. So whatever person has learned, earned in his lifetime, it may be knowledge, it may be money, it may be any talent, so anything what he has earned all his lifetime, so that he can share with the society without any expectation. Suppose someone says that no, I don't know, I don't have knowledge also, I don't have money also, I don't have anything, at least a kind heart will be there, so that we can lend to someone, that we can share with someone, those who are in need, so you can just go and sit with them when they are in trouble. So in that way, the Vanaprastha in today's context, it can be something doing service to the society. And then last comes sannyas ashrama. So slowly getting detachment with the society also. So Vanaprastha is getting detachment with the family and serving the society and doing the learning and spiritual activities. The for we may not have time to do all these things when we were working, when we were the peak, when we had the family life in peak, so we had the responsibility of bringing up our children and our taking care of our elders, so we may not have time to read Bhagavad Gita or anything like this. So this is the time to engage ourselves in learning in this spiritual path. So that is called as Vanaprastha. And sannyas ashrama is again continuing in the spiritual path only, slowly getting detached from the society also, because one may not have energy to contribute to society in that sannyas ashrama. If has capacity energy, then he can continue to do samaj seva also and to be on the spiritual path. So that is called as ashrama. And then swabhava. So swabhava means again our choice, our taste. So we have seen that after PUC or after 12th, children have so many streams. This can be engineering or medical or horticulture, agriculture, lawyer, and so many things, commerce, and so many things. Why? Because there are people who can choose according to their taste, according to their choices. That they have that aptitude towards that. So that's why swabhava. So one can choose according to their swabhava, whether bhakti yoga suits them or whether karma yoga suits them, jnana yoga suits them, dhyana yoga suits them. So they can choose. That's why Krishna has given so many routes and paristhiti. So that is the situation in which place the person is. So if there may be for someone the need may be more to do something. So if the need is like that, according to need, he may have to take up. So the need may be there in that particular area, so he has to work hard, so he has to go with the karma yoga. So according to varna, ashrama, swabhava and paristhiti, the karma yogi has to work. So for karma yoga, all these things are there. Sankhya yogi, so by natural instinct, a person, he loves to know more about this universe, so he more about Bhagavan, more about himself. So that is Jnana Yoga. To know who am I, that is Jnana Yoga. And to perform action, that is Karma Yoga. And in Karma Yoga, a person can choose according to his Varna, Ashrama, Swabhava and Paristhiti. So that's what Krishna is telling here. Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. So two things I have given, and in later part he gives Bhakti Yoga and other margas also. So now he is telling for Sankhyanam, one who has Nishtha in Jnana Yoga, for them Jnana Yoga, and one who has Nishtha in Karma Yoga, for them Karma Yoga. One who work likes to work the action, so for them it is Karma Yoga, says Krishna. Mahodaya agre pathatu.
अस्तु महोदय। न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति.
धन्यवाद महोदय. So, न कर्मणाम् अनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. So, Krishna is telling, na karmanam anarambhat. So by not starting the work, you cannot say that I have attained naishkarma. What is naishkarma? Doing work without any expectation. Nishkama karma, without any expectation, doing the work. So you cannot say that, suppose examination is there. So suppose someone or Krishna says that you shouldn't expect anything from the work you do. So then the child may say that I will not write the exam because I am Nishkama Karma Yogi. So I don't want any result. I'm ready to accept failure also. So then why I should study? Why I should write exam? Why I should go to school? It is because I'm not interested in results. No. So I don't have interest in results. Then why I should write exam? No, Krishna is not telling that. That's what he's telling. Na karmanam anarambhat. So it's not that without starting the karma, if you say that I attained naishkarma, it is not naishkarma. He should go to the school, he should have knowledge, and he should put his 100% in getting knowledge. He should go to examination, he write the exam, and after that he should become nishkama karma yogi. That is, whatever result comes, he should accept that with a calm and composed mind, and that is called as nishkama karma. Without performing action, without writing exam, if he claims himself that I am nishkarma yogi, then that is not. That's what Krishna is telling. So if a person says that I can give up the desire of becoming a prime minister, suppose I only say that, okay, I am nishkama karma yogi, so I have attained nishkarmya. That's why even if someone offers me, then also I will not become prime minister. It is so ridiculous. It is because I don't know what is politics. I don't have gandha of politics. I am not never worked in that. And then how can I say that? Suppose there is a person, one who has entire life he has put effort in the field of politics. He has worked selflessly. He has really worked very hard, and he has got every eligibility to become a prime minister. But then also, for some reason, if he is sacrificing that post, thinking that he for some good reason, then that is called as naishkarmya. So we can just remember the example of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So because two candidates were there, so he had to give up so that Jawaharlal Nehru becomes the prime minister. So that is called as naishkarmya, not a common man giving up the post of prime minister. So in the same way, that is, without writing exam, we cannot say that I don't have any expectation with result. I don't have any interest in result, because Krishna has told you become nishkama karma yogi. It is not nishkama. We should do karma, and then the when the result comes, we should become nishkama karma yogi. Without doing action, we cannot say that I am nishkama karma yogi. That's what Krishna says in the karmanyevadikaraste. He says mate sangostvakarmani. So he says that mate sangaha akarmani. So karmanyevadikaraste maphaleshu kadachana. So you have right only in doing, performing action, but not in the fruits of that action. But that doesn't mean that you should develop sangaha with akarmani. You should develop your attachment in not doing your work. No, you should do your work. You should perform your action. You should perform your duty. Put your 100% in doing your duty. But when it comes to the result, so you show nirlipta bhava for that result. So whatever may be the result, so you enjoy the process itself. You become so engrossed in the process. So don't worry about the result. That's what Krishna is telling here. Mahodaya, agre pathatu.
अस्तु महोदय. न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः.
Dhanyavad Mahodaya. So Krishna is telling here, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu Tishtat akarmakrit. No one can sit without doing anything for a second also. Kshanamapi. A second also, no one can be free from action, even for a moment. Why? Because कार्यते हि अवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैः गुणैः. The forces of the gunas will compel him to act according to his mental prakriti. So that's what Krishna is telling here. So no one can sit without doing any action. Even if I say that I'm sitting, I'm not doing anything now, but my mind will be working something. I'll be thinking something. I'll be worrying about something, or I'll be planning about something. So I'll be remembering something. So something we will be doing. So all of you might have experienced this. So Krishna says nahi kashchit kshanam api. By second also no one can sit without doing anything. So he's telling Arjuna, hey Arjuna, do you think that you will run away from the battlefield and go somewhere and you can sit without doing anything? It's not possible for you, because all of us, so we are governed by the three gunas that has come with the prakriti. What are those three gunas? Tamo guna, rajo guna, sato guna. So we'll see those things in detail. So people think that when we have too much of work, when we have very tight, hectic schedule, then what we think, oh, I'll take a break. So I'll take leave or I'll take a break. So what a person does, if he takes break from office, he takes leave thinking that I'll take rest. What he does, he engages himself in doing something at home. He cannot sit quietly, or either he goes for a tour or a trip. So going to tour or a trip is not sitting idly. There also the mind is working. So he cannot sit quietly. So anyone, so change of work is a break actually. Change of work is rest. Otherwise, there is no rest. There's nothing called as rest. So the mind keeps doing some work always. So it is said that to do some work, sometimes to do some particular work, we get training, isn't it? So when the in offices also, when the children are selected, so they'll give some training, isn't it? But not to do work, more training is needed. It is so difficult to stay without doing any work. It is because you see in this entire universe, so the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, so everything, none of them are stationary, all of them are moving. It's because the great scientist Einstein says that it is easier to be in motion than to be stationary. That's why everything is moving in this universe. The universe itself is so dynamic. So that's why Krishna says no one can sit for a moment without doing anything. That's without thinking anything, also we can say. So always we'll be doing one or the other thing. Why it is like that? It is because of the Prakriti having three gunas. So that is tamas, rajas, and sattva. So these three gunas make a person to do action always. It's not that always these actions are good. So one may be good, one may be not so good, and one may be very bad. So like these are these gunas. And then to see briefly all these things we're studying in detail when we go deep into the interior of the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. But now, very briefly, I'll just tell you about these three gunas. So, one is Tamo Guna. So, this Tamo Guna is a person will be very lazy and always sleepy, and then Moha will be there. So, very casual type of person he is. But even though he is lazy, he also does, because it is the Prakriti Dharma. So he also keeps doing, always he'll be doing something, but usually it's of no use. What he does, the Tamogini, what he does, it's of no use. He will be doing something which is irrelevant, and what he does, it's not useful for him also, useful for his family also, it's not useful for the society or the country also. So he does work, but he never does a good work, and he never does it on time. And that is the guna of tamoguni. That is his lakshana. And second group is rajoguna. So this person is very active, very dynamic, but he sees that the work he does is beneficial to him. He always sees, if I do this, how much profit I'll get, what I'll get out of this. But he's very hard worker. He's like Mercury. They say, no, Mercurius means as quick, as active as Mercury. And Day and night he works, but he always sees his own benefit in that, but he helps society also. Uh, but because he's hard worker, he undergoes pain many times. He struggles to do the work because he's stubborn, he's determined. So he does hard work, and sometimes because of the stress he feels that, oh, I'll not do anything, but without his knowledge he'll be engaged in one or the other work. That is the lakshana of this rajoguna. So why he is doing like that? Because it is his natural instinct that rajoguna is making him to do work, it is not allowing him to sit. And the third person is sattva-guni. So it is said that sattva-guna is the best guna among all the three gunas. And then this sattva-guni is a wise person. He always thinks good. He has very good qualities within him. He is strong devotee of Bhagavan, and he has compassion towards everyone in this world, and he loves everyone, and his heart melts when he sees someone who is in difficulties. And he takes part in any celebrations if one has got something, some award or something, so he wholeheartedly goes and congratulates. He never feels that I didn't get that award, why this person has got. No, he had zero jealousy. So he just enjoys, he takes part in the enjoyment of other celebrations also. And if someone is in struggle, he goes and helps them. And he thinks that all are God's creations, God's children, so he keeps less for him and gives more for others. So but he also works, so he also, as Krishna told, kinchit kshanamapi, nobody can sit idly, so this person also does. But there is no hurry, or there is no anxiety, or there is no desire for power or position behind his work, so he does with a very calm and composed mind. So this is called as satoguni. So this sattvic vyakti does work, good work he does without any expectation, without expecting any recognition for his work, any name or fame. So that is, but he enjoys helping others, he enjoys his work, so he is always happy. So that is a description of this satoguni. So these are the three qualities that make us work always. That's why a man tends to work always. He cannot sit for a single moment without doing any work, says Krishna. Uh, so time is up, so I'll stop it here, and we'll continue next week. Bhagini Parayanam Kurmah va? Tired. Yeah, yeah. I think many of you people might have done Parayana today morning only. So we can finish today. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Parayana, I think most of us have done in the morning. So Mangala Shlokam Mahodaya vadati va?
अस्तु
Prabhakar
अस्तु
Mahodaya?
महोदय।
Ah.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
धन्यवाद महोदय, धन्यवाद सर्वे,
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
धन्यवाद।
ಭಗಿನಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಸರ್ವೇ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
हरि ओम
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
हरि ओम
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
धन्यवाद
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
हाय